Welcome back. Okay, so far we have established that selling on Amazon using FBA is simply the best and most logical business model to use. But what about the actual products to sell? What kind of products do we want to sell with this business model? Something we can buy from local wholesalers or stock liquidators? Should we import something from abroad? Or maybe sell high-demand items like video games or mobile phones? No, of course not mobile phones or video games. Forget all of that. There is no profit to be made with branded electronics, video games, designer clothing, and other nonsense. I won't even waste time explaining why. Just so you know, the only way for normal people to create a profitable and sustainable business on Amazon is with private label products. Private label products, or PLP, is a business model where you act as a brand owner and outsource the manufacturing process to a third party, usually a manufacturer in China. This means that you'll be creating your own brand name, logo, and usually custom packaging, and then you'll simply ask your manufacturer to produce goods with your own brand name on them. The concept of private label products is nothing new, and I was not the one who invented it. Supermarkets have been successfully doing this for decades now. They don't manufacture baked beans or breakfast cereal. They simply make deals with manufacturers who produce these products and pack them in the supermarket's branded packaging. As simple as that. The private label concept actually goes much further than that. There are many products we use every day that are sold under various brands, but they actually all come from the same factory in China. The product can be as simple as a microfiber towel or even napkins. There are massive factories that manufacture these goods for various well-known companies, under different brand names and different specifications. I'm telling you all this so you know that this is a very common model in traditional business space. And while previously it was more accessible to big companies with massive budgets, nowadays with the advance of the internet and B2B platforms like Alibaba.com, anyone can create their own brand, contact factories in China, and get items manufactured for them. It is as easy as that. But you may now be asking, why? Why do we need this brand part? Can't we simply buy unbranded goods in wholesale or from China and sell them on Amazon without wasting time on logos and packaging and branding? You can, and many people do that. But it's not a very smart move, especially if you think about your business from a long-term perspective. Here's the deal. Amazon, of course, allows you to sell unbranded products, so you can go to Alibaba.com or even AliExpress.com, order 50 units, create a listing on Amazon, send stock to Amazon FBA, and wait for your profit to roll in. Unfortunately, it is not that simple. The first problem you're likely to face is that someone else will already be selling that exact same item on Amazon. And this means that you can't create your own listing for that product, but your offer will be listed under the same listing others sell from. On Amazon, you do not own the product listing. Amazon owns it. So if you have a product for sale that is already listed on Amazon, you can't create a duplicate listing for it. You'll have to list under that one listing, and then you really only compete on price with other sellers, as you're all sorted by lowest price first, of course, by default. Even if no one currently sells that product and you create the listing, in 2 weeks or 2 months' time when competition arrives, they'll list their offers under the same listing, and will usually undercut you to get business in. In the end, it all comes down to who can offer the lowest price for that product, which devalues margins for everyone and makes that product unprofitable. On the other hand, when you have your own brand in place and sell a product with your logo and custom packaging, you will be the only seller for that listing. No one else can list and sell under your listing, as they won't have the exact same branded product you have. There are obviously cases where people copy your brand and sell under your listing, but they will be very rare. Plus, if you follow my brand creation and registration process, you will own the rights to your brand name and logo, and will have legal ways to take such sellers down. So, with the PLP model and your own brand, you can have your own listing on Amazon and not compete directly with other sellers, even if they sell basically the exact same product, as they won't have the branding aspect you have. But that's not all. The bigger purpose of having your own brand is to increase the perceived value of the item you sell, which then allows you to charge higher prices for your products and achieve better margins. We all know how branded goods affect us all, right? For those of you who have watched Eat Well for Less on BBC, you will know how brainwashed we all are, and how based on packaging alone, we assume that the product will taste better, while in reality, that's far from true. If I put two pairs of trainers in front of you, one with no box, no branding, no logo, and another with a custom box with a large logo and a logo on the trainers themselves, most people will automatically assume that the branded trainers are better, higher quality, and a more premium product. This is a scientifically proven fact. People will pick branded goods over unbranded and pay a premium price without ever considering that the product itself is exactly the same. So we just use this weakness of human beings and, as any savvy entrepreneur would do, take advantage of it. In this course, you'll learn how to create your own highly relevant brand that will make your target audience buy your product, even if your price is higher than the normal market price. The caveat here, of course, is that you have to do this all properly, but that's why you've joined Amazon Sharks. I will show you in detail how to achieve this effect in the branding module videos. Apart from having your own listing, higher margins, and conversion rates, having your own brand opens you up to many more opportunities compared to a situation where you just sell some boring, unbranded products with no face and identity. In the long term, you can expand your business by getting into wholesale, supplying brick-and-mortar stores, or even licensing your brand to other companies. You'll be able to build a following online via Facebook, Instagram, and other websites. Only with a real brand and story can you do this. There's no such thing as building a following for unbranded products. You will have a much higher chance of creating your own e-commerce shop and making it work, building it all around your brand and customer base rather than products alone. You'll build a real business with a real asset and value, very important if you decide to sell your operation one day. These are just a few advantages, but I hope you get the point here. Having your own brand and selling private label products on Amazon is so much smarter compared to everything else that there's no room for argument really. This is what you need to do. What's more interesting, it's not like you'll just stick your logo on the products and sell them like everyone else. No, you'll actually create an ultimate version of that product by fixing all of its problems. That way, your product will actually be unique as well. But no, you won't have to reinvent anything here or become a creator. Not at all. Amazon customers will tell you exactly what you need to do to improve the product, and then your manufacturer will simply follow your instructions and create the specific version of the item that you want. We'll talk more about all this in detail in upcoming videos, but I just wanted you to realize that it's not the logo alone that will separate you from competitors, but the product itself and the story that goes behind your brand. And this is especially important to understand for people who have relatively small budgets of just a few £1,000s. Even £10,000 or £20,000 is not a big budget in the physical product space. With that budget, you can't go to a factory in China and place an order for 100,000 units worth £200,000. You can't. That's why there's no point in doing the high-volume, low-margins game. There will always be someone with bigger pockets who can outcompete you on that. But what you can do is create a brand that truly connects with your customers and has a story behind it. Sell high-quality products and have excellent customer service. Because then, those high-budget players can't reach you as they simply don't have time for all that. Or, more accurately, they're not concerned with all that, as all they're thinking about is making X% return on their investment. If you're afraid that this private label products concept is too complicated for you, as you have never done it before, please don't panic. It's not as complicated as it sounds, and I will guide you through the process step by step. All I ask from you is to follow my guidance and put some work and effort into it. And that's about it. I hope you agree that this does make a lot of sense, and private label products is the way to go. You'll be creating real value, a real business, and real brand. And most importantly, you'll have good margins along the way, as without good margins, you won't be able to turn a profit online, something people often forget about. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.